to battle! What's going on, guys? My name is Platoon. How you guys doing? Doing a live commentary on Smite, kind of doing like a beginner's guide tutorial kind of thing. I'm kind of relatively new to the game, been playing a little bit over a week. I have some experience in other MOBAs, so I think I can do my best to kind of teach you guys. I know a lot of my audience is primarily FPS kind of guys, so you guys do not know exactly what this game is, so this is kind of meant for my viewers, other people that are coming in for the first time. Feel free to subscribe, do what you want. This is designated for my guys that are probably going to try this game out for the first time. So we're going to start off right off the bat. We're at the pool. This is currently where you can regen your mana and your health. You can always hit the B button to return back here whenever you are, whenever you feel safe. Right now, I'm going to buy my first items by clicking the I button on my keyboard. I'm going to start out with something simple. I'm going to buy the second tier of the Tobbies. Now, the Tobbies are boots. Every character generally gets a pair of boots, and there are 3 tiers to most items. Now, the Tobbie, for example, you can see scales. 10% physical power, 3% attack speed, 20 physical power, 6%. And you can also see that uniques and passives stack on too, plus 18% speed and 15 physical penetration when I do that. Now, if I go to the other side, you get the 18% speed, but you also gain 7% critical chance. I'm going to aim for the Warrior Tabby on the left versus the Ninja one. And I'm going to continue my build. Now, this is a consumable. Healing potions, wards, so on and so forth are built in the consumables. They're completely optional. You do them how you want, and you go with it. Now, let's see where the team is. I think I'm going to have to go right. I think Guan can take that left lane solo. And you can see down there in the bottom, right in the middle, you can see that the skills are blinking. I've got my 3 skills available. You can press K to bring them up at all times if you want to know what they are. Every character has a passive. Enfeeble is on her spear attacks, reduce the enemy's physical power by 15% for 3 seconds. These are the 3 moves available. The 4th one is called the ultimate. It's generally your most powerful or valuable item in your character. I'm going to start off with Impale. You can find everything you need to know about those right there. I'm going to upgrade this. For future reference, if you ever want to update on the go, each one of those is designated for the 1, 2, 3, and 4 key. Now, if you hit like the F2 key, for example, I could have just used that hotkey and leveled up Impale instantly. When I get my next level, I'm going to hit F1 to go ahead and level up my 1 skill, the little shifting sands. And each one of those scales, and it shows you exactly what they cost, the kind of cooldown they have. On her does have high mana cost and high cooldown, so I built him a little bit differently. Each character, you need to understand, has their own unique builds, own unique valuable items to it. There's so many items that you can equip on characters, but certain ones work better than others, and it's something you're just going to have to work with. On her definitely scales pretty hard. Attack speed and critical hit damage is something that you want to go for. I'm going to go ahead and put the shifting sands there. I'm going to try to poke at Amir a little bit, but it's not paying off. We got a gank coming in here from our Kali. So let's see if we can finish off Amir here. He's almost dead. There it is. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to risk dying. Alright, we're taking damage from the minions right now. Now, the whole purpose of this is try to level up as best as you can. Now, you can see these guys, these little human-like guys that are sitting here in the middle. They're basically called minions. The purpose of minions is to kind of regulate the flow and the pressure on the lanes. Now, why they're so important is because they give not only EXP, but as well as gold to purchase and upgrade your items. Now, EXP is essential because the more EXP I have, the higher level I am. The more levels I have, the better my actual skills become. So, you want to stay in lane as much as you can, and I guess the general basis that this game rolls on is usually you have 2 in one lane, 1 in jungle, 1 in middle, and 1 in another solo lane. Like you're seeing right now, we have our jungle, which is Kali, we have Neith and myself on her, and way over there on the left side we have Guan, and we've got Zeus in the middle. And that's kind of like a pretty well balanced. Occasionally you'll see where people actually do dual lanes, where you'll have 2 in left lane, 2 in right lane, and 1 in middle. Especially earlier on the early levels while people are learning the game, that's more and more common. I generally prefer the jungle because there's plenty of EXP that he had in the mobs and creatures in the jungle. So I guess you gotta play it to how you want to do it. I feel a little bit more comfortable that I can get the occasional gank. Like, for example, that Kali really came in and made a difference in that fight, and they had no clue. You have these areas where the jungle can come in and out of nowhere, and that's where the third-person aspect of this game gets a little entertaining, is because it's not like the other MOBAs out there, where it's kind of easy to recognize a gank. This one, my back is completely vulnerable. I've got only a certain amount of HUD that I can see, and it's a little bit challenging, so you gotta worry about how you do it. Now, what you're gonna see with the minions, one little tip while you're pushing in and out of lanes, the minions not only give the EXP, but they also give gold, and the amount of Ooh, people in the lane obviously varies. Now, for example, if I was solo in this lane right now, I would probably be somewhere around level 6 because I'm getting the majority of the EXP and the gold myself. I'm going to have better items than the other two people in the lane that I'm going against, but I'd also have more EXP because it's not being shared with this Neath, for example. Now, one thing you do need to focus on is trying to get these minions. You're seeing that the gold fluctuates between this and that. It also very, very heavily impacts the amount of last hits you get. If you last hit one of the minions, you have something going good there. And to be completely honest, you get more gold doing that. So constantly auto-attacking is not always the best idea because you want the fights to be as close to this middle area as possible so that you don't have 3 possible areas of being ganked. So it's just one of those comfort things. As you play and get used to it a little bit more, you'll understand. Alright. I'll take the aggro from that. If you attack, these right here are towers. You can see on the map in the top right corner that each one of the towers has a few different things. I'm gonna ult this little girly here. I'm gonna slow him down. He walled me out. Oh, I'm getting some frame drop. Oh god. Come on, Neath. There you go. Good save. That's the blue buff. That's the mana. That's something that would be very, very essential to us right now. And those are things you'll see. There are about 4 standard buffs in the jungle. You've got one that boosts attack. You've got one that does cooldown reduction, which limits your skills. It'll allow you to, I guess, have less time to wait between skills. One for mana regen, which is the one you just saw a slight minute ago. Ooh, what was that? And one for speed. There are a couple others in the jungle that you'll see later on. There's going to be the Golden Fury, which gives 300 gold to everyone on your team, so a total of 1,500 gold for your team. And you can see down here in the bottom right corner right now, you see that the Tabi is actually blinking, my second tier boots, and that's showing that it's ready to upgrade. I have the money to actually buy and upgrade it. Now, because I'm landing with somebody else, I'm going to switch up my thing, and each one of these skills in these sections have different things that they do. I just bought this, a little bit of health, a little bit of lifesteal, and when I get it to the third tier, it has this additional aura that allows to have my teammates and people around me to get an additional buff too. So you got to think as a team. You got to work together. Now I'm going to take advantage of this jungle right here. I see that the fight is around middle. They're underestimating the Neath right now. So odds are they're going to try to make a play on her because it's a 1v2 situation. So hopefully they push her out a little bit and I can sneak around behind them. Let them get a little aggressive. Amir doesn't know what's going on. He's trying to get up there. There it is. It's exactly what I was looking for. Pop him out of there. So now it's a one-on-one against this Kali. And we got that. And now that's how you make progress. Use that jungle, for example. You've got to take advantage of that. Alright, I don't want to take too much damage, so I'm going to use my last potion. Again, potions are pretty cheap. It's not a bad idea to have them occasionally. You generally will not lead them later on. Oh, with that blink! Amir is trying to make plays, but without a teammate there was kind of a waste. What you just saw him there out of nowhere teleport was a blink. Now that's an active ability. I do not have any of those right now, but that will be one of my next purchases. Alright, I'm trying to distract. Come on, get out of here, Neath. We have our Kali here for support, which is always good. Great timing for this Kali. I'm going to try to save her. You got to get out of there. Save her like a good chicken dinner. Let's go. Now Amir's gone. We have pressure on her. Kali's probably staying around here specifically to put pressure down. Now I'm trying to not hit this other Kali because I'm going to pull aggro from that tower. As soon as I hit that Kali, the tower is going to ignore the minions in front and hit me. So now what we're doing is we're trying to push the lane in and wait for these minions to get up here, because once the minions are inside this little ring that you're looking at right here, once the minions are inside of that, we're allowed to push in and start putting towers on that, because the tower is going to naturally aggro the minions. So I think I'm going to try to rush and take this tower out. As you can see right there, we got a little bit of EXP and a little bit of gold too. Now that goes for each team. That really, really is important later on in the game where you start carrying. You can see at the score in the gold right now. Our score, we're up about 2k gold early on in the game. Our 19,000 versus their 16.5. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this one right here. And generally if I was maybe running solo lane, I may not have actually purchased that one right there. I mean, a lot of these things are situational. It's something you're just going to have to learn as you play. So both of our mid and left towers are getting hurt pretty hard. There's a lot of pressure on the left lane, so I'm going to try to go over there and help out Guan. Understand that Kali spent a lot of time in the right side of the jungle, meaning that Guan's kind of been alone. Now, that's one of the downfalls of being in a 1v2 lane, is that he's going to be pressured a lot. So he may not be dying, he may not be losing, but a 2v1 pressure is always a lot more difficult than people think. So they bailed off. I'm going to come over here, and like I said, being in lane is essential. The amount of EXP and the coin that you get from being in lane is just something that you can't forget about, something you can't argue. It's so valuable. Picking up these last hits for an additional few gold. And I'm going to let this lane push out a little bit. They seem to not have too much worry. We got Neath going left to assist over there, so I'm going to stay here. As long as I'm here by myself, I'm going to be gaining a little bit more EXP and a little bit more gold, because look at that, 25 gold for that last hit. Come on, freeze me. And I'm going to use my 3 to evade. Now, Anher is actually a what you would be considering a carry. He is a ranged physical. There are two types. You've got physical and you've got magical. Obviously, they scale to have different types of items, different types of things for defensive. And Amir over there, for example, he's more of a support. He's a tank. His job is to take all the hits. This Kali, on the other hand, is at a disadvantage because I'm ranged. I can poke at her a little bit before she can get close to me. So both of them are melee in a lane where there was double ranged, allows us to poke them a little bit more. So I'm going to level up my ultimate right there by pressing the F4 key. Like I said, convenience is always good. Yeah, you tried to get me, buddy. Now these guys are trying to push pressure. You're seeing exactly how hard it is to lane against two people right now. Come over here. I just want hugs. Let's hugs. Can we have hugs? I like hugs. Oh, nope, that's a gank. Alright, so now it's a 3v1. They're going to try to make a play here. They're not going to get to. They're pushing. They're going to try to hit this tower. They know Neath is mid and the left is over there. Raj should be definitely backing out right now. Now, you're mine. Alright. I'm going to hide and hump this tower a little bit so I can stay safe and just prolong the death. The longer you hold on to the tower, that's less gold you're depriving them of. And it's map control. It's very essential. Oh, Amir with the save. See if we can ultimate. There it is. I'm out of mana, so I got to get out of here. I mean, I can auto attack, and I do have lifesteal from this too. For my second item, for example. That's what I meant to say. Now, on her is a different build. I need to build attack speed, and I need to build critical hit, so I can do a little extra something. Now, he's trying to ultimate. Didn't land it on either one of us. And that's an Athena. Hi, Athena. How you doing? That's her ultimate. She came out of nowhere and completely did that. So they've got two tanks on their team, which is pretty good, seeing as how our only really solid build is Guan. So it's going to be a little bit harder. We need to hit hard and strong right here because we do have some strong characters, especially early on. But as soon as Athena and Amir start building tanky, it's going to be extremely difficult for our team to do anything. Now, I'm going to skip the consumables right now. I'm going to go straight into active. A lot of people recommend people to not buy meditation. I think with Anher, with his cooldowns and the fact that almost all of his skills outside of his ultimate really does great with not only evading but initiating fights. His 1 puts up the sands, right? It slows people, it blocks them off. Great to get away from people. His 2 actually knocks back. Great for lane pushing, but great for defensive if you're on the run. His 3 also is a jump, sometimes to initiate, to actually bump them up, or even get away. And he burns so much mana that I feel that meditation is a good active on him. What it does as the first tier is it gives him a little bit of mana. The second one upgrades it a little bit. The third and final part of it, it actually regens some of his health. So I find that it's an actual relatively good choice for him. Now, I got a 1-on-1 against a Kali right here. I'm level 10, almost 11. She's level 9. I'm pretty confident in my skills that I could 1v1 her with ease, even though she is melee. So my goal is to poke her down a little bit. Let her come in. Let her underestimate what's going on. We're going to keep pushing. And I'm going to let her stay there because she's going to have to protect that tower. So I'm going to come out of nowhere, and I'm going to try to shut down this Amir. He has no clue I'm coming, and he's not retreating. So I gotta get out of here. And there's the mana, for example. That's what I was talking about. Oh, I need my mana. Uh-oh. Get her away from me. And that's why meditation makes a difference. I don't know if I can save and get out of here. Run, Bone, run! You're too handsome to die, bro. We're not ready for that kind of loss. Alright, come on her. I'm recalling safely behind this turret. It's always something you have to worry about, especially more of a priority when you're playing this game compared to other MOBAs. It's a little cray-cray sometimes. So I'm going to bat up the execution. You get physical power and attack speed. Attack speed is essential on this guy. His Impale is a great move. His ultimate is a great move. But if you build this guy with critical hit chance and his auto attacks and attack speed, he could be nasty late game. Now we're coming up on the 15-minute mark. We have 1 tower down. They have 2, which is not good, and they're feeding them right now. Very dangerous. That was a 2 for 2. They're trying to chase this Artemis out. I don't think it's going to benefit. Guan's out of there, so me going in against 3 people with full health would be a bad move. So I need to get out of here, and I need to trap them under tower. And we'll jump out of here. Try to do a little bit of something. Now they only have tanks left, which I'm a little bit confident now. A little bit more confident because they're big damage dealers out of the situation now. So we're just going to push this, let them go, because poking at a wall is about stupid. It's like throwing cotton balls at a frickin' Abrams tank. At this point, it's not necessary. So if you take out their main damage dealers, their heavy hitters, then all they're left with is tanks. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to kill them, but at least it's 3v1 or something like that. They can't do too much damage to you. And then you just knock them down over time or pressure them, because at that point, they're just going to have to back off. That's one of the things dealing with. We're going to try to push those in. Now, that's the importance of the Impale. That's how easy it is to actually push through these lanes with Anhur. That's why I like to use him. He's one of my favorites in the game, and I'm really close to getting to Mastery Level 1. I've played maybe 10 games as him. I learned to like him. I learned to love him. And I should probably be fighting with mid right now, but because they have a distraction, I'm going to push this lane in, because lane control and map control is essential. So she's going to have to back. They're occupied middle, and I see Ra on top right. I could probably push this in with a little bit of attack speed. I could probably get this tower without any sort of conflict. I doubt they'll give up mid tower to come save this one. So we should get this one. There we go. It's a sleight of hand, man. It's all about paying attention to that map, using teamwork and synergy, and just being all out amazing. Like I said, they have a team that's going to be very, very hard late game, so we're going to have to hit hard and strong and fast. I see your little trap right there. So I'm going to ignore that. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take... Nope, oh, just kidding, Amir. I just want to hog. Oh, shite. So I need a little mana. I'm going to try to get up out of there. Nope. You're going back. Oh, they ultimated me. Oh, I put some damage into her, gave Guan the assist. Oh, I get the assist. Turn around on her, turn on her. Pick that up, Kali, with the triple. Go for it. Guan, you could do this, buddy. Don't let her talk. No. Mop it up, guys. You know, I knew I was dead right there. I pulled out my ultimate to give them a little bit better chance. Guan, alright, just turn on the Amir. Take the Amir. She's probably out of range. Zeus coming in. He puts up the wall. Amir is getting away. Like I said, being tanky just gives you so much time. Now they're under tower in safety. Kali's going to end up getting killed because she's playing carelessly. And he's just going to kite around the tower. Go on Zeus with the ultimate. Hit your... Yes! With the 3. Mops it up. That should give us mid-tower. Athena's too low. Gives us a little bit more map control, map pressure. They're ignoring the tower, which is what they should be doing, to pick up a kill. Hopefully it does not result in a death. And it didn't. We got away with that. Now they have 2 men down. We have map pressure. And we're about to take mid-tower as well, but these guys are doing pretty solid. It's a 17-8 game now. That pulled out pretty solid. Like I said, when you have a lot of tanks, that's why I turned in, I put down my ultimate on top of that Artemis. Artemis is actually a definite strong hitter for their team. She's not the best player in the world, but for what she is, she's great. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of EXP, a little bit of coin inside this jungle right now. These are just basic camps. These little Furies or whatnot can do a little bit of this and that. That's the gold Fury. We'll deal with that in a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a mana buff because, you know, to be fair, things get a little bit challenging. I'm going to hop on top of you guys. I heard you like it rough. So I'm going to pick this guy up right here and grab his buff. Get about 500 gold right now. I need to start aiming towards other things, and we're actually getting a lot of kills right now. So now I have the blue buff. You can see it flows around me. I've got about 2 minutes while using this. Right there, right above my health bar, you see that I've got my nice little soul eater sitting there taking it out. And that's something that'll be passive. That is something that'll go over as an aura over to my teammates. Now I've maxed out my 1 skill. Now my final skill is going to be 3, and I need 2 more slots for that. Athena's going to sit here and harass that. So if she's going to sit there and body block and keep them off the mid tower, I'm going to pull in a nice little sleight of hand and go around and take this other tower. Athena's doing massive damage. She's taunting the hell out of Guan. Let's see if we can go save the guy.
Beware the shifting sands.
That's all it took. Let's try to put a little bit more pressure on here before we back out, because Kali's doing the little thing too. She's over there pushing it in. Check my corners. I'm pretty safe. Hey, where are you guys going? Just want huggles. Give me some huggles. Alright, we got a jungle fight going on over there between Kali. I'm pretty sure the whole team is going to be over there with Athena in no time. So let's push this lane in a little bit, put a little pressure on the tower. And then I'm going to retransition over to mid in a short period of time. I don't think I have anything to worry about right now. I think I could probably get this tower to about halfway, maybe full. There's 3 or 4 mid. They're coming for me. So I'm going to back right here at this elbow. Good chance that they're not going to get to me in time from either side, but just narrowly missed that. They're there to save. So we now have that down. I'm going to go ahead and build some critical hit. When this is all said and done, the critical strike chance is 20% and the damage is 50% when I get that to 3rd tier. Definitely important for Anher because of what he's capable of. If I hit harder and have a much likely chance of hitting a critical hit, that's a big thing for him. I'll probably have an Anher guide my build up in few time. My buff is about gone from this. I may pick up another one since I'm here. Let's see if we can hip hop. I don't know. I didn't need to do that. I don't need to burn my mana, but I love using that. And you could see earlier, you saw earlier how essential it can actually be for Anher to have meditation. A lot of people recommend not to have it. I find that it gets me out of situations. It's such great because he has so many good evasive moves to get out of situations. We're going to pick that up. And we have movement speed. So I get 10% attack speed with this and 20% movement speed, which means I have a little bit more evasiveness and I have a little bit quicker attack. So we're going to come in here. They're not going to expect. I haven't been in a team fight in a while, so they've underestimated me and have not been paying attention to the fact that I've been scaling and leveling quicker than them and that I am a force to be reckoned with. This Amir is officially dead. Almost got the Artemis, almost picked it up, but she's gone, so now it's 2v1 here in the middle, and Kali can pick up the left side here. And there it is. Like I said, distraction, sleight of hand, teamwork. This Kali's doing very good at split pushing. I'm going to do this because they're pretty weak. They're about to go in. I can tell by the team. They're just being careless right now. Hi, Athena. How you doing, boo? Alright, I picked him up. Don't know if I can really get out of there. I can. I should probably be backing right now. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I need a little bit of safety. They're pushing tower. Nobody's chasing Guan. Woo! That little minion about saw me. So we're going to keep hooking up here with Sabrina. And that's the Minotaur. That's the end game. You push in the towers, try to push up so your minions can actually push. The waves push, which means they got to get back there and save their towers over and over again. It allows you to have momentum. The most essential part of this game is momentum and team play. You can see the top 3 Phoenixes up there are safe. Once we start killing those, we have access to their Minotaur and can potentially end the game. But when you also take the Phoenixes, it allows your minions to actually have a buff. They have these flaming swords, they're awesome sauce. And they do a little bit more damage and I believe have more health as well. So we've got a team fight going on here. Artemis is off to the side. I'm going to pin him out. I'm going to ultimate. See if I could jump her up. Nope, the knockup didn't work. She got out of there in time. We did pick that up though. I'm getting a little bit of lag right now. And they surrendered. So about 22 minutes in, guys, that's what happened. So we didn't even get to push it to the Minotaur. They realized it was over. It's a 28-8. It was a long shot. We were over almost 15k gold on top of them. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the commentary. Maybe you can understand about a little bit more about the importance of pushing the lane, momentum, and everything like that. It wasn't the biggest, most action-packed game ever, but you get to see firsthand the importance of lane pushing, teamwork, communication, and it can understand the importance of minions being in lane, getting that EXP, the importance of building and skilling up properly. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to share it with friends. Click that like button as it does help out a lot. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Stay moist. Look at Anher. Flexing biceps, you brother. Flex it. Oh, you sexy little man god with those baby chicken legs.